This is dated April 26th. This is posted on the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office Facebook page. It says DWI checkpoint Union Beach this weekend. The Monmouth County DWI Task Force will conduct a DWI checkpoint to detect drivers under the influence of alcohol and/or drugs this weekend. The checkpoint will be run from 10 p.m. Friday, April 26th through 2 a.m. Saturday, April 27th on Route 36. Task Force members and officers from the Union Beach Police Department will pull vehicles from the westbound lanes into the Holy Family Church parking lot to determine the driver's sobriety, said Allenhurst Police Department Chief Michael B. Schneider, Task Force Coordinator. And that's it right there. And as usual, you know Gunnison, he has to check in. So I asked a very simple question. It's something how my very simple question draws all the bootlickers, the blue gooers, the believers, the people with the mind viruses who believe the police are here to protect and serve us. They will come out of the woodwork at me. Two little simple questions I asked. Now pay very close attention to the question that I asked. So, how much did this cost the taxpayers? How many drunks did you arrest? Two questions. How much and what were the results? So originally I got 3 replies, and this is from Tim James, who will click on his profile, and that's pretty much all you're going to see right there. Now he's got a picture of Lady Liberty, which is kind of ironic when you think about it. And he really doesn't have much to say on there. Not even sure if he's a real person. He's definitely hiding himself from me, that's for sure. So Tim James has to say to me, says, okay, John, we get it. You hate the cops or any form of government. I respond, Tim James, a taxpayer is not entitled to know how much a taxpayer-funded event costs and what results it produced. By the way, what evidence do you have to support your statement that I hate cops? Remember, I asked 2 simple questions. How much did it cost us? And what were the results? How many drunks did you catch? And this is a real good one here. Suzanne D. Ambrose. So let's click on her channel, her Facebook page, and see what she's got going on. Oh, look at her. She got horsies in the background. Let's see what else she's got going on her page. Oh yeah, she's all about horsies and things like that. So, I mean, just looking on face value, she's probably was a cute chick, probably still has a few miles left on her, and she's out having a good life. You know, electricity's not getting turned off in her house anytime soon. So, as I always say, the lily whites are the ones that are supporting this, some of the nonsense that goes on. So Suzanne D. Brosi says, I wish the drunk driver that hit me years ago was stopped at a checkpoint before he hit me. Totaled my car and I was out of work for a few weeks. She worked? It was in Atlantic City before checkpoints were introduced in the public. Really, John? You are actually asking this question? Yeah, I asked the question. How much did it cost and what were the results? Which has nothing to do with you getting hit by a drunk. You could get hit by a drunk at any time of the day, any day of the week, any time of the year. So I responded, Suzanne D. Ambrose, where in my statement did I say anything that you're implying? Go back and read what I wrote. I'll help you out. I asked how much it costed and what were the results, which has nothing to do with anything you said. Now, I thought that really was the end of it, but I went back to check the thing, and here's a few more postings that they didn't respond to my posting, but they posted it separately. If only some people walked in their day in the shoes of those they criticize, they might grow an appreciation for the daily sacrifices that are made. Just saying. Well, I've done a video on that. I would say to Mike Schneider, what sacrifices do they make? So let's look what the police around here do. I'm talking about Monmouth County now, because this is the area that I have a knowledge of. Well, we know that they drive around the car all day, and the bulk of what they do is revenue enforcement. They generate money, and on occasions, they answer radio calls. Now, what's so hard about that? You know, most of these situations that these cops get themselves into, bad situations, they create themselves by the escalation. So I always love that one, the daily sacrifices that are made. Just saying, well, Mike Schneider, I'm calling you out on this. There you are. I'll put your thing right up there, Mike Schneider. Please tell me what the sacrifices are. Please tell me. It's easy to make this statement. Back it up. Mike Schneider wants to check in again. He says the checkpoints serve 3 purposes: enforcement, education, and deterrence. Well, I'll agree with that, but there's a 4th one you forgot to talk about. The 4th one is revenue generation. If they arrest somebody, they're making a lot of money. Cop gets to go to court, he gets overtime for going to court, town gets to hit him up with fines, the motor vehicle gets money, everybody making money on it. And if they're at that traffic enforcement and they're doing other things such as ticketing for, I don't know, not having your license on you, or you're not having an insurance card, or you have a cracked windshield, I don't know, stupid stuff. Samantha Nolan, I think telling where they are going to be would only help the offenders. They will go another way. Well, Samantha, that might be true, but the whole purpose of posting it is they're required to post it. I believe it's 24-hour notice. They're supposed to post it. It's funny, I didn't see the posting, the notice. I probably would have gone down there and audited that DWI checkpoint, since it's not too far from where I reside. Anthony Cloverhill, he's going to chime in. The money comes from the Drunk Driving Enforcement Fund, which in turn receives its money from DWI conviction surcharges. Therefore, one's funding DWI enforcement have previously been convicted of the offense. Well, that wasn't the question, Anthony. The question was how much and what were the results? This is what enables the nonsense that so much of us are trying to change the behavior of police to make them into protectors and servers rather than pirates and revenue generators. I covered one of those DWIs. It was right there, right off of exit 117 on Route 36 heading east. Just up the road from where they're holding that one. That was actually overseen by Keyport Police, I believe, at that time. And I was probably there a good hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. And I didn't see him catch anybody. Nope. I saw a bunch of people scared out of their minds, rolling their window down, answering questions. And, you know, if you don't look at them the right way, or you don't want to answer their questions, which you're not forced to answer their questions, they will yank you out of the car. And what we learned from that DWI audit that I did is that compliance, if you roll your window down, smile, and say, "Hi, officer, how are you tonight? I hope everything's okay. You have a tough job." They'll leave you alone, right through. But if you just rolled your window down and hand them your license or everything, and they try to engage you in conversation and you refuse, they're going to send you over to secondary. You see how it works? So the minute you invoke your rights on these DWI checkpoints, you're going to have a problem whether you're drunk or not. And I would say this to these people that support these DWI road stops: they rarely catch any drunks. These things serve more of a little get-together for a bunch of cops to make some overtime and hang out and bust people's balls. It's a PR stunt for the police to say, hey, look what we're doing out there. We're hard at work. And then meanwhile, while they're doing the DWI checkpoint, people's houses are getting broken into, and then we have to hear a little posting on the Facebook page, hey, we need your help. If you see anything, let us know. But a lot of these people, they don't get it. They don't get that these DWIs, in my opinion, these checkpoints, in my opinion, anytime a cop slows me down and makes me stop and wants to talk to me, it's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Now, I know the Supreme Court has ruled on this, and there's certain rules that they have to abide by, but, you know, the minute you challenge them, those rules don't mean nothing. I mean, yeah, they can slow us down, try to engage conversation, but if we refuse to talk to them and just hand them our license through the window, what do you think's going to happen? So it's not a fair game where, you know, they got rules that they play by and we got rules that we can play by, but the minute we play by our rules that we're entitled to, our rights under the Fourth Amendment and the Fifth Amendment, we're deemed, we're sent over to secondary. Okay, I will post this Facebook posting in the description, and you can go look at it and put your own responses there to these. You know, it's always the lily whites. The lily whites, they live in fear. Oh my! You know, I have a very easy way to stop drunk driving. Just outlaw alcohol. Simple as that. Outlaw alcohol. But that'll never happen because there's too much money involved in that, and the alcohol business is in the pockets of the politicians. You see how it all works, folks? We're all set up for failure. They allow you to drink it and sell it. But the minute you drink it and leave, you get stopped. So I think the lesson learned here is drink at home. This is Gunnison Undercover, the Gunnison Nation. Let's make our rights great again.